To celebrate this channel reaching 1000 subscribers, today will be a Q&A. And I will answer the questions you have sent me. Number 1. Do you know Hatsune Miku? I love her. She's Japanese vocalist. I don't. My wife does. What's been your least favorite Japanese food? Could you go on to describe how it tasted? I think probably something I had difficulties with, especially in the beginning, was natto. Natto are fermented soybeans and looks like this usually. It's in this kind of box. And if you open it, you will find some kind of sauce and sometimes mustard. This time only sauce apparently. And soybeans. I mean, you already see. If you see it, you can get an idea of how it feels. And usually you put the sauce in, then you mix it, and then you eat it, and it's like kind of slimy and has a really. I think there's nothing comparable in Western cuisine, in Western kitchen, to natto, and that's what it makes so difficult for foreigners and for me. Now I'm kind of used to it, but still, now I have opened it, so I need to eat it later. Mottainai is what the Japanese say. How did you start learning Japanese, and how did you get from a beginner to your current level? A friend of mine recommended Mina no Nihongo, which is a book series for learning Japanese. I bought it and I started, and after 2 days I stopped again because it was kind of discouraging, because the book doesn't have any Western characters, so it's only Japanese characters, and I couldn't read any Japanese at the time, so I kind of didn't know how to approach the whole thing without knowing how to read it. And that's why I put it down again. Sometime after, I started learning with the Michel Thomas method, which is CDs, it's audio only. During that time I also learned hiragana and katakana with the book Learning the Kana. And after that I bought Genki 1 in Japan, because it's very expensive in Germany. This is Genki 1, and after that comes Genki 2. And after that, this unofficial successor is integrated approach to intermediate Japanese. And I also used James Heisig's Remembering the Kanji. This is the German version, 1 and 2. And I talk a lot to Japanese people because I live in Japan and am married to a Japanese woman. What tips would you recommend to someone who has learned all hiragana and katakana and has started learning kanji? Use some kind of system. My system is Remembering the Kanji and Anki. Other systems may be Kanji from zero, or for example Wani Kani. I like this one because it utilizes mnemonics, and that's how I learn. What made you want to start a YouTube channel, and how did you know what you wanted it to be about? I organized an Aikido seminar in Japan last August, which was for an international audience. And for the participants I made some kind of list like basic Japanese etiquette, how to introduce yourself in Japan, how to easiest or cheapest exchange money, and so on. And once this list was finished, I thought maybe I should make a blog and put more articles about Japan on there so that more people can profit. However, the blog didn't get so much traffic, and so I tried a bit and thought maybe I should make a video. This worked kind of well, and so the channel Japanese Journey was born. How long do you prepare for a video, and how long does it take to edit? Most of my videos have a script, and writing the script takes about 1 day maximum, usually. Sometimes more, but usually 1 day. For example, the Zenkoji video about the temple in Nagano took some time because I had to do a lot of research. But sometimes, for example for the bathroom video, that's much faster. Then shooting the video, only the part where I'm talking, takes maybe 2 hours, sometimes more, 3, but not too much. And if I have to go outside, well, maybe a day. Editing also depends again. For example, the Zenkoji video took maybe 5 days to edit, but the bathroom video took half a day. What is one thing you would change about your life? Nothing. Do many people in Japan have pets? Does having pets mess up the floors and wearing slippers inside? I have seen pets in Japan, mostly cats, sometimes dogs, but most landlords do not allow them. So I think there are not that many. And I don't know if they mess up the floor because I don't have pets. What is your profession? Is it software development? Do you work for Japanese software companies? If not, do you work as software developer from remote location? It is software development and I work remote for German clients. Where are you originally from? Germany. Where in Japan are you working, studying? Nagano City. In which city of Japan do you live? Nagano City. What languages do you know? German, English and Japanese. In which aspects are Japanese women better than German women? I didn't study a statistically significant amount of women, so I cannot answer this question. However, I do not understand either of them. Are people really racist to foreigners? What an uplifting question. So let's take a look at the definition of racism. Prejudice, discrimination or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. The behavior I experienced since I came to Japan that came closest to this definition was on YouTube, and never by a Japanese person in real life. That being said, they do have biases towards foreigners. For example, they expect you not to speak Japanese, most likely. Same as I expect them not to speak English. What's your long-term plan for Japan? Do you plan to live there for a long time or move back to your home country in the future? In Japanese there's a proverb which goes Ishi no ue ni mo sannen, which means even on a stone 3 years. So even if I'm only sitting on a stone, it takes me 3 years until the stone gets warm and gives something back to me. So 3 years. I plan to stay at least 3 years in Japan. That's my idea of getting some kind of a bit deeper understanding of the Japanese culture and language. How did you get popular on Reddit? I didn't. Ray Reese asks, 2 questions. Nagano looks very pretty. Could we have more on where you live? Yes, you can. I actually went to Matsumoto Castle 2 weekends ago. It's a castle in Nagano Prefecture and one of the last remaining original castles in Japan. And it was also cherry blossom, so you can expect some nice pictures. However, I don't know yet when I will publish the video. Maybe in summer. And an explanation on the use of honorifics. Ray, I know you asked this question before and my answer was that I will put up a video on honorifics in March. Now it's April. So I actually started on it, made my script and concept. But when implementing the video, it kind of didn't work out. So right now my plan is to maybe interview some Japanese person, maybe a teacher, that can actually explain things. But I still don't know whom. So if you know any Japanese teacher that wants to be interviewed on honorifics, let me know. As for now, san is pretty good. So if you call anybody san, most likely it will not be an insult. Except for example, if I would call my Aikido teacher who is high, very high above me in social rank, not sensei but san. Don't do that. How did you find accommodation in Japan? Is it as hard as they say for gaijin to find one? 1 month before I went to Japan, my wife came here. She's Japanese and then looked for an apartment, sent me videos and then we decided. And we actually got the first apartment we were interested in. However, there also was this question, does the landlord accept foreigners? And he did. I know of other people who had problems with this. However, I think it's much harder to find an apartment in my hometown Munich than in Japan. Also, I want to know how to pronounce your name in German. The 3 most common mispronunciations are either Johannes, which is the English version, making the H too long, Johannes, or skipping the Jo and making it Hannes, which is all wrong. It's Johannes. Johannes. And this was it. Thank you all for your questions and for your support. The next Q&A will be at 10,000 subscribers, or maybe in summer, we will see. For now, thank you for watching and see you next time.